another artifact short here at the Birmingham Museum. I have a recent donation here that made us play detective a little bit. So it's a wooden box, kind of small, but it once held 2 pounds of Kraft Old English cheddar cheese. Now, not a lot of documentary evidence came in with this object, so we didn't know when it had been made. So we looked for a couple of clues when we're trying to find the answer to these questions, and one of them was the name itself. It's a name that's very recognizable today, and that's Kraft. So Kraft started out as a wholesale cheese distributor in 1903, but they didn't begin packaging and marketing their own cheeses until they bought their first factory in Stockton, Illinois in 1914. So we know for sure that this box has to date to after 1914. And what was another thing that happened in 1914? World War I started. And during wartime, there's a demand for shelf-stable food that can be easily packaged and shipped overseas and also doesn't need refrigeration. In 1916, Kraft developed a patent for spoil-resistant cheese that was hugely popular in the military, and in fact, those kind of cheeses still are today. But we definitely know that this box wasn't produced by Kraft during World War I, because during the war, they packaged and shipped their cheese in metal tins. So through some more research, we discovered that Kraft packaged and shipped their cheeses in wooden crates like this at the end of the 19-teens, so post-World War I, 1918, 1919, through the end of the 1930s. So using those two dates, we can safely say that this crate dates from 1918 or 1919 through maybe 1929. So we have a good range of 10, 11, or 12 years there, which is really exciting. There's some objects in our collection that, we can only give a range of 50 or 100 years for. So being able to narrow it down like that is super exciting. Now, as for the cheese that was actually packaged in this crate, it's Old English processed cheddar cheese. And you'll see this kind of cheese used a lot in older recipes. And that's because it was extraordinarily popular during the 20s and 30s, because it was a cheese that didn't need to be refrigerated until after you opened it, which made it a great choice for picnics, potlucks, special occasions, that sort of thing. So extremely popular. But love it or hate it, when you think of Kraft, you probably think of Kraft American cheese, particularly the singles that they sell in those little plastic wrappers. So where did that come from? How did American cheese become synonymous with processed, kind of plastic packed cheese like that? And the answer to that is pretty simple. I mean, in 1804, we start seeing the term American cheese being used, but it wasn't quite popular, and it was just mostly used for cheddar that was being shipped abroad. But in 1916, Kraft discovered a new way to manufacture processed cheese, and they heavily marketed it as American cheese, and the name stuck for processed cheese thereafter. But that created a problem for the US government, particularly when it came to regulations governing how food is produced, packaged, marketed, and sold. And so there was a lot of competitors coming on the market that were also marketing American cheese. And the question then became, how do we define American cheese? So according to the Standards of Identity for Dairy Products, which is part of the US Code of Federal Regulations, to be labeled American cheese, a processed cheese is required to be manufactured from cheddar cheese, Colby cheese, or curd cheese, or granular cheese, or any mixture of the 2 or 3 of these. These cheeses are ground, mixed with other ingredients, emulsified, and then heated until a homogeneous mixture is produced. Delicious. Thank you so much for joining us for this artifact short, and we'll see you next time here at the Birmingham Museum.